my little garlic thyme. Hi, my name's Dorothy. Welcome to my kitchen. I actually tidied it up a little for you today. Today I'm going to make Italian corned beef and cabbage with lots of garlic. Now this is my favorite pot. Because I have 9 children and 9 grandchildren, I've used this pot a lot. I know what you're thinking. Corned beef and cabbage is an Irish dish. But my husband, he's from Ireland, and he said he never heard of corned beef in Ireland. Put a little oil in the pot and a piece of salt pork. Now, if you've never used salt pork, it comes like this. And all you need is a little chunk. You put the rest back in your freezer and keep it for a long time. Size piece of salt pork. And I'm throwing that into my pan too. Okay, so you take 1 large or 2 smaller bulbs of garlic. Wonderful stuff. This is what I do usually with the grandchildren when I need to make cracker crumbs or chopped nuts. I just put it into a plastic bag and I put a piece of paper on the floor first. And then I stop. And I stop and stop. Now, you all know that we grow a lot of garlic in California. In fact, California grows more than any other state. I got my work out there. My salt pork is sizzling away. And now we're going to take these. This is what they come out like. The skins and the husks have been pretty much removed. So we're going to start throwing them in. We'll throw in maybe 10. See? Nice and clean. And if you have any of these cloves left over, you can put them in a jar that I put vinegar, plain white vinegar in here, and you drop any extra cloves that you have in there. And these will keep for a long time in the refrigerator. Gilroy, right here in California, is the world's garlic capital. I heard they even have garlic ice cream. I've never tasted it yet. Now we have lots and lots of garlic in the pot. So it's time to add our corned beef. Now you can use the round, but the brisket, the corned beef brisket, has a little more flavor, and it's usually a little less expensive too. You have to be very careful when you put this in because it's slippery and slimy. You can also do something fancy and cut little slits in it and put more garlic into it. But just be very careful when you lower this into your pan. And make sure all the juices go in too. But if there's a little packet of spices, throw that away. You don't want that little packet of spices. Do try to brown it, at least on the 2 main sides. I truly think one of the most important things when you're raising children is to sit down with them at dinner time. Listen to your children. Give them 5 or 10 minutes to talk. Of course, my children only got 2 minutes each. Okay, so this is nicely browned on both sides. I'm going to add some chicken stock. About a cup. Then we want to cover the meat with water. So whatever amount of water it takes to cover the meat, we cover the meat. 1 more, I think. Okay. So the slimy corned beef is in there and it's covered with water. After you put that brisket in your pan, make sure you wash your hands because this is raw meat. You have to be very careful. A couple of tablespoons of pickling spice. This might need just a little more water because we do want to cover it. So that's ready to go. This is ready to go. That's it. We're going to leave this here just like this for 2.5 to 3 hours. Now, this lid doesn't fit very well, and that's what you want. You want a lid that doesn't fit very well because you want a little bit of that steam to be able to escape. So once it's at a rolling boil, then we turn it down to sim, and we let it cook for 2.5 to 3 hours. So 30 minutes before you want to serve your dinner, you start to add your vegetables. You add your carrots first, let them cook a few minutes, then your potatoes, and lastly you add your cabbage. Put the cabbage on top. First you take out that piece of salt pork, and your garlic, of course, is over here in this bowl. The kitchen smells wonderful. It's a wonderful smell. So now we're going to start adding our vegetables. Now, it's not so difficult to peel carrots, and they're a lot better than the little baby carrots. Look, your green bin is going to love you. And you don't have to peel them perfectly. See, these are not peeled perfectly. And these get cut into chunks. And the carrots get cut into chunks. Now, I usually do it on an angle, only because you get more surface. And it looks better, and maybe it tastes better. So we add the carrots. We add the potatoes. If you want to use the little red ones or the little white ones, that's okay too. It saves time, but I just think the regular potato, it absorbs the flavor. I just think it tastes better. So I put in all these potatoes. Okay. And then we put in our cabbage. Now you might want to wait. You might want to wait a minute or two for the carrots to get a little bit cooked before you put your cabbage in. Okay, when you're ready to serve, isn't that beautiful? You want to slice the meat against the grain. You'll know when you're going against the grain, because if you go the other way, it's going to fall apart. So when you slice, you can see how beautiful the meat is. It's juicy, it's that nice reddish, brownish color. It's beautiful. So when you're ready to serve then, you want to take some of the garlic out of the pot. Actually, you could take the garlic out before you put the vegetables in. And then just put the garlic on the top of the corned beef. And for all those garlic lovers, they can take nice little cloves. And you always have to add some parsley, because you know what parsley does to garlic. Kind of alleviates that problem that people have with garlic when they're eating garlic. Okay. The way my grandchildren love to eat corned beef and cabbage, whether it's garlic corned beef and cabbage or Irish corned beef and cabbage or Italian corned beef and cabbage, they love to put it all on their plate, the potatoes, the carrots, the cabbage, and the meat, and then they put some stock on it, and they mash it all up, and they call it their recipe. Yum. So that's it, Italian corned beef and cabbage. It's really a delicious meal, and very, very inexpensive. So help yourself and pass the parsley. I would tell you how to make garlic cabbage soup. It's like having free soup because it's already in your pot, and it is so delicious. And you know, if you serve people a nice warm bowl of soup first, they're not going to eat as much of the dinner. So again, it's economical to serve them soup, especially when it's free.